All right, so are you ready to dive into this WOW3 New Year New NFTs contest with me?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is not just some giveaway. We're talking NFTs, drawlazollers, even private sale slots,
It's a big deal.
all up for grabs.
Yeah.
But we're going to go deeper than that
Right.
on this deep dive.
Okay.
We're going to uncover how WOW3 is using this contest to make waves in the Ronin ecosystem.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear about that.
So are you in?
I'm totally in. Let's do it.
Okay, great.
I think what's really interesting about this contest is how it's more than just winning stuff.
Okay.
It's like a really clever way for WW3 to onboard new users
Yeah.
and encourage everyone to really explore their platform.
I see. So it's a marketing ploy as much as it is a competition.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Okay, cool. So for those who haven't heard of it, can you give us a quick rundown of what WOW3 is
Sure.
and how it fits into the Ronin landscape?
So think of WOW3 as like your Ronin command center.
Okay.
It helps you manage your Ronin wallet and all your assets within that ecosystem.
I see. So it's kind of like a one-stop shop for everything Ronin.
Exactly. They're aiming to be the go-to hub for anyone serious about Ronin.
Okay, so this contest is almost like their grand opening then.
Oh, yeah.
Drawing people in with those cool prizes.
Right.
Now, speaking of the contest,
Yeah.
it runs from January 6th to the 20th, 2025.
Right.
But there are some ground rules for who can participate.
Of course. Right.
You need a Ronin wallet, first of all.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And you have to have at least $100 USD worth of assets in it.
Okay, so they want to make sure people are somewhat invested in the Ronin ecosystem already.
Exactly. They're looking for serious participants.
I see, makes sense. What else?
Then you'll want to complete your WOW3 profile
Okay.
and connect your social media accounts.
So they're trying to build a community around this.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about engagement.
Okay. And I assume the full rules are available somewhere online.
Definitely. We'll link them in the show notes
Perfect.
so people can double check. All right, now let's get to the fun part.
Okay, the rewards.
Yeah. How do you climb that leaderboard? It's all about getting points, right?
Right, points are king.
So how do you earn points?
Well, there's a mix of activities you can do.
Okay.
You can explore different features of the platform,
Yeah.
participate in discussions.
Uh-huh.
Even just logging in every day earns you points.
So it's not just a one-time thing. They want you to actually use the platform.
yeah,
And
exactly.
get familiar with everything.
Right. Now, I bet there are some bonus points for referrals, right?
Oh, absolute. Big bonus point.
So if you bring your friends into the WOW3 fold,
Yeah.
you can jump up the rankings.
Definitely a good strategy.
Okay, now let's talk about those enticing rewards,
Yeah, everyone wants to know about the prizes.
especially those who land in the top 10.
The top 10, they're the real winners.
So what's WOW3 offering to those top players?
All right, so the top 10 are getting some serious raw dollar rewards.
Okay, and for our listeners who might not know,
Pralas is the lifeblood of the Ronin ecosystem, right?
it is the currency that makes everything run.
So what kind of drawlin payouts are we talking about here?
We're talking $100 for first place,
Wow.
50 for second, 30 for third,
Okay.
and then 10 each for 4th through 10th place.
That's not bad at all.
Not bad at all. A good reason to get involved.
Definitely not chunk change in the Ronin world.
Nope, not at all.
But wait, there's more to these rewards than just strawlazers, right?
Right.
We've got to talk about those mystery boxes.
Ah, yes, the mystery boxes.
Everyone's buzzing about them, especially those legendary boxes.
Yeah, those are the real prize.
So tell me, what makes these legendary boxes so special?
Well, first of all, only the top 1,000 users get one.
Okay, so it's already exclusive.
Very exclusive. And the rewards inside,
Yeah.
they're what's really turning heads.
Okay, spill the beans. What kind of treasures are we talking about here?
We're talking potentially life-changing stuff.
All right, now you've got me hooked.
You could win a single NFT worth an estimated $5,000.
Wow, that's a lot.
Or a collection of 20 NFTs valued at $2,000.
Okay, so you're saying I could potentially walk away from this contest $5,000 richer.
You absolutely could if luck is on your side.
Talk about a happy new year.
That's for sure.
But it's not just about the dollar value, right?
Right.
These NFTs must have some significance in the Ronin ecosystem.
You're absolutely right. It's not just about the price tag.
So tell us about that. What can you tell us about the significance of these NFTs?
These NFTs represent access, utility, and status within specific Ronin projects.
Okay.
Think of them like keys that unlock doors within this digital world.
So owning these NFTs isn't just about bragging rights.
Not at all.
It's about being part of something bigger.
It's about being in the right rooms, having access to exclusive opportunities.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued.
Good. I'm glad to hear it.
But before we get too lost in those legendary boxes, let's talk about the other tiers.
Okay.
We've got the epic boxes
Yeah.
and the common boxes.
Right.
What can our listeners expect from those?
So the epic boxes go to those ranked between 1,001 and 2,000 on the leaderboard.
Okay, so still a pretty good spot to be in.
And they still offer a chance at winning that collection of 20 NFTs worth an estimated $2,000.
So you're saying even if you don't crack the top 1,000, you can still walk away with a pretty substantial NFT portfolio.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic opportunity to get started in the Ronin NFT space.
Okay, so what else is in those epic boxes?
Well, just like the legendary boxes, the epic boxes also contain WOW3 tokens.
Okay, tell me more about these tokens. Are they like shares in the WOW3 company?
They are, in a way.
So it's like owning a piece of the platform itself.
Exactly. It's a way to share in the success of WOW3.
I see. So winning these tokens could be a smart long-term play.
Definitely, if you believe in the future of WOW3.
Now, what about those private sale slots we talked about earlier?
Yes, the private sale slots.
Are those included in the epic boxes too?
They are. Both the legendary and epic boxes offer a chance to win private sale slots.
Okay, and remind us what those are all about.
So private sales are a way for projects to raise funds
Okay,
and build a community before they launch publicly.
I see. So it's like getting in on the ground floor.
Exactly, before the hype and the crowds.
So these slots are pretty valuable then.
They are very valuable, especially if you can snag a spot in a promising project.
Okay, so for someone who might not be familiar with private sales, can you break that down a bit further?
Sure. So in a private sale, you get the opportunity to invest in a project at an early stage,
Okay.
potentially reaping significant rewards down the line.
So it's not just about owning the NFTs, it's about getting in early on projects that you believe in.
That's exactly right. It's about recognizing potential before everyone else does.
So it's like having a VIP pass to the hottest new projects in the Ronin ecosystem.
I like that analogy, a VIP pass to the future of Ronin.
Okay, now let's not forget about the folks who land in the 2001 to 4000 range.
Right, they're not left out.
They still get a mystery box, the common box, right?
That's right, everyone's a winner in this contest.
So what's in those common boxes?
Well, the common boxes contain 2 WOW3 dog tokens.
Okay, so even if you don't hit the top tiers,
Right.
you still get a piece of the WOW3 pie,
Exactly.
which could prove valuable as the platform grows.
Absolutely. It's a good way to dip your toes into the WOW3 ecosystem.
And, it's a good reminder that sometimes the most valuable assets aren't the ones with the flashiest names or the highest initial price tags.
That's a great point. It's about recognizing long-term potential.
Exactly. And sometimes the best investments are the ones that fly under the radar at first.
Like a hidden gem waiting to be discovered.
So I think we've covered the mechanics of the contest pretty well.
We've gone through the rules, the prizes, the different tiers of rewards.
But now I want to talk about the bigger picture.
Okay, the strategy behind it all.
Yeah, why is WOW3 going to all this effort?
That's a good question.
What's their end game with this elaborate contest?
I'm ready to dive into that.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's unpack the strategy.
Stay tuned.
This is where it gets really interesting.
We'll be right back after a short break.
And we'll reveal the master plan behind WOW3's New NFTs contest. It's actually a pretty brilliant strategy when you think about it.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
Well, they're leveraging all this excitement around NFTs and those big potential wins
Right.
to draw people into the Ronin ecosystem.
Yeah, that makes sense. Get people excited, get them in the door.
Exactly, but it goes deeper than that.
Okay, now you've got me hooked. What's the deeper play here?
They're not just giving away prizes.
Right.
They're showcasing the power of their platform.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Think about it for a second.
Okay.
They're having users complete tasks and explore all the features
Yeah.
and engage with the community.
Oh, okay.
It's like they're giving everyone a hands-on tutorial.
Ah, I see. Learn by doing.
Exactly. Learn by doing.
So by the time the contest is over,
Right.
participants will have a much deeper understanding of how to manage their Ronin assets.
That's the idea. They'll be comfortable with the interface, the features, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah. So the contest is almost like a Trojan horse.
You could say that.
It's a fun way to learn and win prizes.
And at the same time, it's subtly teaching people how to use WOW3.
It's pretty clever. I got to give them that.
It is. It's a win-win for everyone involved.
Now, I know some people might be thinking,
Okay.
come on, these contests are just hype.
Yeah, I can see that perspective.
It's a flashy way to grab attention. But where's the real value?
Right, but I think WOW3 is doing more than just creating hype.
Okay, how so?
They're addressing a real need in the Ronin ecosystem.
which is...
Well, Ronin's still relatively new, right?
Right.
A lot of users find it daunting to figure out how to manage their assets.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It can be overwhelming.
It is, and WOW3 is simplifying that,
Okay.
making it more user-friendly, more accessible.
So they're lowering the barrier to entry.
Exactly. They're making Ronin more inviting for newcomers and veterans alike.
And that ultimately benefits the entire ecosystem.
Right. More users, more activity, more growth.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, it really is.
Now, this all ties back to WW3's ambition to be the top platform for Ronin asset management.
Right. Their goal is to be the go-to platform for everything Ronin.
Do you think that's a realistic goal?
I think they have a good shot at it.
Okay.
They've built a solid platform. They're offering valuable tools.
Yeah.
They're engaging with the community.
Right.
But the real test will be whether they can keep innovating.
Yeah, keep up with the times.
Because Ronin is constantly evolving.
It's a fast-paced world out there.
That's for sure. You snooze, you lose.
Okay, so let's say someone's listening to this right now and they're like, all right, I'm in, sign me up.
Yeah. I want to win those prizes.
What are the first steps they need to take?
First things first,
Oh.
head over to the WOW3 website.
We'll put a link in the show notes.
Yeah, we'll make it easy for you.
And then what?
And then make sure you meet the eligibility requirements we talked about.
So Ronin Wallet,
Right.
minimum net worth of $100,
Correct.
complete your WOW3 profile, and connect those social media accounts.
All very important steps.
Once they've checked all those boxes,
Yeah.
then it's all about racking up those points, right?
Right. That's the name of the game.
So remind us again, what are some of the best ways to climb that leaderboard?
Engage, explore, and invite.
Okay.
Dive into those features.
Okay.
Share your thoughts and invite your friends.
Don't forget those referral bonuses.
Those are huge.
Now, as we discussed, it's not just about winning prizes.
Right. There's more to it than that.
It's about familiarizing yourself with Ronin and the tools that WW3 provides.
It's about taking ownership of your assets and your future in the Ronin ecosystem.
This contest could be a real eye-opener for some people.
It could be a gateway to a world of possibilities.
All right, so we've covered the what, the why, and the how of this contest.
I've broken it all down.
But before we wrap things up, I'm curious to get your take on something.
Okay, sure.
What would you say to someone who's feeling a bit intimidated by all this?
I get that. It can be a lot to take in.
Maybe they're new to Ronin, or maybe they're just not sure where to begin.
I'd say don't be afraid to jump in.
Good advice.
The Ronin community is very welcoming,
Yeah, I found that to be true.
and there are tons of resources available.
Okay, so for someone who's brand new to all of this, where would you recommend they start?
The WOW3 platform itself is a great starting point.
Oh.
They have educational resources, FAQs,
Right.
a supportive community.
So it's a good place to dip your toes in the water.
Exactly. Ask questions, get involved.
It's all about taking that first step, right?
Absolutely. The more you engage, the more you'll discover what Ronin has to offer.
That's a great message.
It's about empowering yourself, taking control of your financial future.
Now, I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier.
Okay, what's that?
The idea that WW3 needs to stay ahead of the curve.
Right. Innovation is key.
So what are some of the things you're seeing on the horizon that could shape the future of Ronin?
That's the big question, isn't it?
It is. What trends should WW3 and other platforms be paying attention to?
Well, one trend I'm watching closely is this whole idea of cross-chain interoperability.
Cross-chain interoperability. Okay.
Yeah, Ronin is kind of like its own little island right now.
Right, its own ecosystem.
But there's a big push to build bridges to other blockchains.
So you're talking about connecting Ronin with like Ethereum?
Exactly, or Solana, or any other major blockchain.
So imagine a future where you could move your assets seamlessly between Ronin and Ethereum,
That's the dream, right?
all within the WOW3 platform.
That's right. WOW3 could become your one-stop shop for managing your entire blockchain portfolio.
Okay, that's a pretty big deal.
It is. It would open up a whole new world of possibilities for Ronin users.
So WOW3 needs to be ready for that.
They definitely do, if they want to stay ahead of the game.
What other developments are you seeing out there?
Another thing I'm keeping an eye on is the rise of DAOs.
DAOs, decentralized autonomous organizations.
That's right. These community government entities are becoming more and more popular.
And how does that tie into WOW3?
Well, WOW3 could offer tools for DAO creation and management.
So you're saying they could become like a DAO hub?
Exactly. A place where people can easily create and manage their own DAOs.
That would be huge for the Ronin ecosystem.
It would. It would empower users to take even more control.
It would make Ronin more decentralized.
And more community-driven, which is the whole point of DAOs.
So for our listeners out there who are excited at the future of Ronin,
Right. The future's bright.
whether they're jumping into this WOW3 contest,
Or just exploring all these new developments.
what's one piece of advice you'd give them?
I'd say stay curious, stay informed,
Okay.
and don't be afraid to experiment.
I love that the Ronin ecosystem is still evolving. There's so much to discover.
Exactly. There are so many opportunities out there.
So dive in, have fun, and let's see what the future holds for Ronin.
That's the spirit.
All right, so let's wrap things up by recapping what we've learned today.
Sounds good.
We talked about the WOW3 New Year, New NFTs contest.
Right. All the rules, the rewards, the strategy behind it.
We learned how WOW3 is trying to position itself as the leading platform in the Ronin ecosystem.
Providing those valuable tools and resources.
And we also touched on some of the exciting trends that could shape the future of Ronin.
Like cross-chain interoperability and the rise of DAOs.
Ultimately, this deep dive wasn't just about understanding a contest.
It was about empowering our listeners.
It was about helping them become active participants in the Ronin ecosystem.
And hopefully we sparked some new ideas and inspired some people to get involved.
That's what we're all about.
Spreading the word about Ronin and all its potential.
So to our listeners out there,
We encourage you to check out the WOW3 contest.
explore the Ronin ecosystem.
And keep your eyes on the horizon.
The future is bright for Ronin.
It is, and we're excited to be a part of it.
That's it for today's deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in.
We'll catch you next time.